It doesn't kill them. It's a non-lethal weapon device. Actually, it's an EMD, electromuscular disruption weapon. And it was actually developed in 1970, believe it or not, by a nuclear physicist. He is a doctor at the University of Chicago, but he could not pass it. It was not popular because it worked on gunpowder. Gunpowder, ATF said, no way. You're not going to give it to the civilians. You're not going to give it to the police because technically it would have to be classified as a firearm. And all it was electrical device that would just take over your neuromuscular control and you couldn't move. You can't fight this, okay? 50,000 volts, 2 probes coming out at 160 feet per second. And basically, you lose all control. It doesn't matter if you're on drugs, you're drunk, you have no way to fight this, okay? So in 1970, invented by Jack Cover, who actually worked on the NASA program, he says, what am I gonna do? 1991, the Smith brothers come out, Rick and Tom. They say, you know what? What if we change the propellant? They come out with compressed nitrogen into the cartridges. Next thing you know, law enforcement's using it. Civilians now can use it. Not in this state, unfortunately, but other states have adopted a civilian version that they can use. And the genius behind it, Jack Cover, he actually came up with the name Taser, and nobody knows really that he can tell you what that means. And actually, it means Thomas A. Swift electric rifle. And what it was, the guy was fascinated as a child. He wrote his own stories, and he also was fascinated. In 1911, a novel came out called Thomas Swift Electric Rifle. And what it is, he was fascinated by the idea of science that drove him into his career in nuclear physics, and that's how it all spurned the name Taser. It's an acronym. Next, we have batons. When I started in the academy, they were big sticks, and they call them the PR-24. And it had a side handle, and you would swing it, and that's the way they taught you. The thing is, it was so big and cumbersome, when you got out of the squad, you try to put this thing on your hip, and you had to crawl through something or go through something. This thing just hindered you. You couldn't move. So what they developed the ASP, a collapsible baton. And there you go. I've used this thing many times to break out glass and get a burglary call. You go there, you got sharp glass, you don't want to cut yourself. You use it, you clear out the glass, and then you can make entry and look for your offenders. So this has really come in handy. But this also was taught as a non-lethal device to take down resisting offenders, okay?